Mm.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking this time out of your Saturday night to join Danny and I. We will most likely be doing Spirit Box or Chitty Chat or both. If Danny can't join me due to his health, then we may have another special guest on, or you guys will have to listen to me talk. I hope you guys enjoy the show. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Please leave a like on this video. And while you're waiting, if you would be so kind to share this video out, Danny and I would greatly appreciate it. Sit back, enjoy the show. Okay, there we are. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday.
Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Evie.
Oh, Saturday.
Welcome in. Seeing just talking about different things like I was saying Drew was live and I was saying how, hey Sherry, how I was reading, and this is like good to read things like that wolves usually travel, crows usually follow wolves, and crows and wolves go together, and because Kim was saying how she had a crow, and I said, oh, I have a crow too. And then Evie said, I have a wolf. Is the wolf related to, your wolf or whatever? And we were talking in the chat, and then I'm like, well, if you have a wolf, Evie, why don't you find out if you have a crow? Ask your wolf if he has a crow friend. So she asked, and he's like, yes. Thank you, Rachel, for coming in. How are you? And she's like, yeah. And all I hear in my head is Lenny. And I'm like, I think his name is Letty. And she's like, I asked. And he said, yeah. I'm like, there you go. Um, so there's just certain things you don't think about, like when you have spirit animals and spirit guides and different things going on. You don't think about, like, in real life what goes together that it may carry on to the past life, right? Like
Hey,
to
Mr.
your
Go.
afterlife is what I wanted to say. So,
Thanks,
um,
Tina.
hugs, Tina. So when these are things that, like, I like to look at, like, because like I said, well, if you have a frog, you should see in life what frogs go, who they hang out with in life, what kind of animals, so that you can then you're good with names, Chris. I am good with hearing the names, but only because they want me to hear them. If he didn't want me to hear it, he wouldn't have told me his name. um but but so it's probably good, like, if you guys have spirit animals, and this came to me, and before I forget it, I'll just tell you guys. Um, if you have spirit animals, then, like, find out in life what animals go with it, because you might have that animal along with it as one of your spirit animals. So just a
Two
thought,
pop.
just a thought to think about there. Because like
Yeah.
I said, I didn't realize that crows went with wolves until I started seeing crows and hearing crows, and I was like, what's going on with the crows? And then when I read about the crows that they go with wolves, I'm like, oh, then there must be a
Yeah.
crow here. So, hey,
Crows
Mary.
and, crows and wolves are usually together. They always work together.
Yeah.
Um, Most people that have a wolf totem also, if you have a wolf totem, you like your wolf totem, you just automatically like crows and ravens, and most people don't know why, but it's because they have a harmonized relationship. The
Yes.
crows will let the wolves know if there's a dead animal, right? They'll fly over and they'll caw and caw and tell the wolf that they know sees them, and then the wolf will come and eat with the crows. When the wolf kills an animal, he'll howl, letting the crows know that he killed one, come for dinner, sort of a
Right.
deal. And they've always worked together. That's just something that
Right.
you
But
know.
I'm assuming with other animals too, it might be the same deal. Like,
For some it is, and it just depends on the totem. Like, um, there are different totems like that don't have the animal that would be there
right.
because they don't want to be distracted. But there are certain ones that, yeah, they definitely will have the other one.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So just interesting food for thought that I thought of like when I was thinking about it, because after Kim said she had a crow too, and I had just like recently read that crows and wolves go together, I was like, I wonder if everyone has one. And then so Evie's like, I'm like, so I said, no, Evie, check, ask your wolf, does he have a crow friend? And she asked, and he did, so just funny, how
yeah,
things
Sandy.
go together.
Most of you that have a wolf totem, most of you, not all of you, but the most of you that do, um, you've been around me a lot and in my chats and with the people that I'm with all the time. And my pack, they get to know all the people and then they go and they investigate. And then if they like you, they hang out with you. They just decide,
Yeah.
oh, I want to maybe hang out with this person or that person. And so, yeah, there are a lot, had nothing to do with me. I didn't come up with that plan. They did. And I was
Right.
okay with it. So yeah.
Right. Well, they say that
Yeah,
the
if you got
animal.
a raven, you got a raven, Drew. But
Yes.
that raven is Timber's friend, so there you go.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, like I said, hi, Colleen, Banshee. So, like I said,
Angie!
it's interesting. See, Sherry, you have a crow, so it's interesting
Hi,
that.
Chrissy. Hi, Mary. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of totems have buddies. Just like, we have friends, they have friends. And a lot of times they'll help out with teaching and they'll help out with stuff. And some people, the raven or the crow that is with the wolf, will a lot of times become a totem as well. So, you know, a lot of times they won't. A lot of times they'll just teach with the wolf, right? But sometimes they become a totem in themselves. So,
Yeah, it's so interesting, guys. Um, yeah, and I made a pretty picture of whatever sisters gave me permission to use their photo. And I put it on the chat for the sea bass, so you can see it. The funny picture of Danny's angels. So if you ever wanted to see everybody together, there you go. That's your picture. Oh, interesting, Evie. I don't know my animal totem. I never paid attention to that, I guess. I do love animals. Well, why not, Diane? Maybe you should talk to your spirit guides. Or you probably know already, like, what's it all goes on synchronicity, like, so I kept seeing a crow, kept seeing a crow, so I was like, "Oh, someone's trying to tell me something." Mm, and I kept hearing them in my yard, and I'm in the middle of the city, so it's weird that I have a crow outside my door every day crowing at me, you know? And I'm like, "What is going on?" Um, so a lot of it's synchronicity, you just have to pay attention, so you probably know there's something that's around you all the time, like live animal that you see all the time, and then you're like, "Oh," like maybe you have a bunny that comes visits your garden every morning, you know, that might be a sign that you probably have a bunny animal, spirit with you, so it's just synchronicity, so you just gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's White Wolf and the Wolfettes. Yeah, that's what she wants. I said Danny's Angels, like Charlie's Angels, and she said it's White Wolf and the Wolfettes. Eh, I see cats a lot. Ooh. Well, sometimes they might be there just to teach you something and go, so they're not actual, your actual spirit guide, but they could have been there to teach you something, Miss Sherry. Crows keep bringing my acorns before. Oh, interesting, Carrie. See that?
That's a blessing. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
When crows do that, they're basically saying that when the spirit passes, that they will be there to make sure they find their way. So
Oh, that's nice, Sherry. I guess you have to find out a little more about that kitty. I mean, the kiddos brought home a kitty, Tiggs, and Kathy's kid, Kathy, Evie's kiddo, Kathy brought home a cat. Um, so hi, Tiggs. How are you? Well, we got 19 in. Amazing. Drew, did I say hello to you? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I was reading your comments
hey,
and talking to you, but I don't know if I said hello. So, hello, just in case.
foxes too. Yeah.
Oh, foxes are
I had
another.
a fox. I had a fox named Ralph, and he was very cool. He was a good pet, a good friend of mine. Anyway, I would every day at lunchtime, I'd be sitting there. It didn't matter if I was working or if I was at the house or at home, whatever. Wherever I was at lunchtime, Ralph always showed up. And if I was at a picnic table, he'd jump up on the picnic table and sit beside me. And if I was sitting on a log or, a fallen tree, he'd climb up and sit on the fallen tree and wait for his lunch. And I used to love to give him peanut butter sandwich, because he'd be going, "Ngah, ngah, ngah," and look so funny because he would get stuck to the roof of his mouth. He'd get pissed off at me, but he'd still eat it. Um, but sometimes we'd have chicken or whatever. But anyway, Ralph was a good pet. And anyway, one day I was sitting there and this person came up and started mouthing off, and all of a sudden, here comes Ralph running up the tree and sits beside me and starts snarling at this guy. And then about 14 other little foxes all come around me and they're all snarling at this guy, right? All Ralph's little buddies and friends. And I told the guy, I says, well, I say, I can't control them. Uh, they're just friends of mine. Well, this one's my friend, and those are his friends. And I can't control them, so you better tone your voice down a little bit because they don't to you, you know, and there's nothing I can do. If they decide that you're a threat, you might be in trouble, right? The guy's
Right.
like, oh, okay. The guy settles right down. He took 2 steps backwards and he started talking calm. And within about 2 minutes, every single fox, except for Ralph, of course, poof, bunkered off back into the bush, eh? But they weren't that far. I mean, you could still hear them walking and stuff and everything else, eh? And and the guy says, "Well," he says, "I've never experienced anything like that." And I said, "Well, just be glad that Alba's not here, you know, because you wouldn't like Alba. Alba wouldn't like you, so it's a good thing, you know." So I had a good time. That's one time. Another little story about Alba there. Just figuring out in Timber and all them. Uh, when they before they became spirits, when they were still hanging out with me and still my buddies and stuff. And one day I was out in the woods, and these guys came in this big van, and they had guns, you know, shotguns and stuff. Well, they shot my truck windows out, and then they were threatening the other people that were in the area with these guns, right? And so I was sitting back because I was getting stuff from the forest for making medicines and stuff. Then dusk came, and I started heading back, and that's when I noticed the windows were gone in my truck. And here are these guys. There's 4 of them, I think. I think there was 4. It might have been 5. I can't remember. Anyway, they're all sitting around this campfire drinking booze, right? So I'm like, oh man. So I walked up and I says, hey, which one of you assholes shot my truck? And they looked at me. That's your truck? I said, yeah. And which one of you guys shot it? And the guy says, well, I did. I said, well, that's nice. And I looked over and they had all these rifles leaning on their camper. And I says, well, you boys, you're not going to get these back. I'm taking them into the Bobbies, you know, and you can go to the Bobbies and explain to them why you don't have your damn guns, right? So I went over, I put my arm through they had sleeves on them, put my arm through and I started walking. And this guy gets up with this big blade, like a hatchet, not a hatchet, you know, for whacking down a machete. He gets up with this machete.
Machete. Yes.
And these other 2 guys got up and they grabbed some irons and stuff. And I turned around and I says, don't even think about it. And I took a couple more steps. And they said, we're going to show you. And then Alba come flying through the bush and stood right beside me. Starts showing his teeth and growling, right? Timber comes up, you know, like, so now there's me, 8 wolves, and 4 guys, right? I leaned over, I smiled, I said, I kind of like the odds. I don't know about you guys, but I like the odds, right? And they went, and so I said, here's an idea. Run to your vehicle, get in it, and leave this area and don't ever come back. And then, so I looked over at Alba. I says, Alba, if they don't leave, eat them. I turned around, I walked away, put all the guns in the back of my truck. I started my truck and I took off, right? The wolves are still there, they're still there. I took off, wind's coming in, rain's coming in from the only thing that was left was my windshield in the front, the driver's window and the passenger, all gone to shattered to smithereens. So I drove to the police station, pulled up, and I says, hey, come here. So he comes out, I says, take these rifles, they're yours. And he says, well, what the hell's going on? So I told him, you know, these guys are down on this road and they're shooting up people's vehicles and, you know, scaring the locals and stuff like that, right? He says, well, how'd you get the guns? I said, well, the wolf pack decided that I should take them and they weren't going to get them. So that's what happened. He said, what? I said, never mind, you'll find out. So he says, okay. I says, so he says, well, describe the vehicle. So I told him what the vehicle looked like. And the cop says, well, where are they? So I told him. He says, awesome. So he gets on the radio and says, hey, we got a location on these idiots. So I guess they've been going 2 weeks, they've been chasing these guys, trying to catch up to them, right? And I says, well, he says, treat them as armed and dangerous. I says, but the thing is, they're not armed. But don't tell anyone else that, you know. So he waits. Then I went back a couple weeks later. And I found out that these guys, they left there immediately to go to the police station to report that they were harassed by a guy with a bunch of wolves and he stole their guns and he wants them back. Okay? These idiots went to the police station to tell them, and it's an official report. It's documented. You know, it's a documented. You can look it up in the registry. The guy's names are on there, and it said this guy called White Wolf and his wolves uh, trapped us, stole our guns, took our guns, and left the area, and we want our guns back, right? And then the next part says they were charged for 42 acts of vandalism and 2 assaults and some shooting at people in their vehicles while they're driving, like a whole list of charges, right? And so, and I guess that's what happens, you know. Pissed behind the wrong pair of boots that day, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was a funny story.
Yep. People are funny that way, they'll do something wrong, and then, somebody will do them wrong, and they're like, "Oh," like, somebody graffitied on a wall, and then they're like, you know, somebody took a picture of it and used it in artwork, and then they're like, "Oh, you used my picture without asking." And then, yeah, okay, take me to court. Like, what's the judge gonna say? You wrote on a side of a building that you weren't supposed to write on, and I took a picture of it. You can't copyright it because you did it
Not fair.
illegally, Like, it's
Yeah.
what are you thinking, you know?
Hmm.
You know. But I thought of that because my sister said that to me. She snapped a picture of some artwork and I put it somewhere. She's like, "Oh, you can't do that. What if the graffiti artists get mad?" I go, "Was he paid to do that graffiti?" And she's like, "Excuse me." I go, "Was that a paid mural?" I mean, you tell obviously if it's paid mural or just, And she's like, "No, he just graffitied." I go, "Yeah, let him try to sue me for putting his picture up. Obviously, he put it all over the building. Screw, you know,
Yeah.
you know." It
Well,
was
see,
funny.
back then I was young and dumb too. I was only like 25, 30 years old, and 6 foot tall and bulletproof. So I wasn't worried about no guys at the campfire with guns and shit because I was, 6 foot tall and bulletproof. So
Yeah.
I didn't really care. Mom is doing okay. She's doing much better. And by the way, Mom said she wants to thank everyone for their prayers, the well wishing, the blessing, and she would like to thank the Witchy Magic Group. She calls them the Witchy Magic Group. So thank you to the witchies.
Thank you for the witchies with their candles.
Yeah. You shouldn't put water and electricity together, Mystical. It's not good. Gonna fill a glass with electrical.
With my electrolytes. Not electrical, electrolytes.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget it. Uh, uh, yeah, uh, don't plug a cord in the wall and strip the wires and put your glass. That's not good.
Was laughing so hard she put Fanny instead of Danny. All right, write it right. I already saw it. It's too late. Uh,
I'm the sweetie.
I've heard Danny called a lot of things. Fanny has not been one of them, but
I've been called Fanny. Actually, if you go to in the Stonehaven yearbook, I think it was grade 7 or yeah, they typoed in the yearbook, so it was like for everything in the yearbook. Fanny Ferguson, Fanny. And I'm like, really? You're calling me a Fanny? Well, Fanny there doesn't mean a rear end. It means the other side of a female's part, you know? So basically, they were calling me the C word, and then my last name. And I thought, well, that's not very polite.
Back in the day, Fanny was a girl's name, yeah.
Well, in the Highlands and the low area, if you're called a Fanny, they're calling you something totally different, which is not a very polite word in
Well,
here
here
where
they
we're.
used to call you a fanny would mean um it was a they would say it to a guy who was um like a pansy. Like you would say, "Oh, you're a pansy." They back in the day used to say fanny. Now they say pansy, You're such a pansy. They changed it, I guess. The fannies got upset. They were like, "Hey, stop using my name for this."
Yeah, no, one guy was visiting, and this one girl was over by the ice cream cart, eh? And he says, "Damn, she's got a nice fanny." And she was leaning over on the cart getting ice cream, eh? And he says, "Damn, she got a nice fanny." And she turned around. She says, "Why are you talking about that?" And she put her hands down her front of her pants, see? She goes, "What are you talking about?" And she's looking to see if her zipper was broken or something, right? And I says to the guy, uh, a fanny doesn't mean a butt, okay? Like, there are areas where you say, she's got a nice fanny means you got a nice ass, right? But in this area, no, 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 it doesn't. It means something totally different, right? So she was quite offended that he was talking about her private parts,
Mhm.
in front of everybody. So it was quite a comical thing,
All
you
right,
know.
Kali. I'm gonna spank you on your fanny. Yep.
Yeah. Well, most people don't realize that in the different areas, in the highs and the lowlands, in different
Yep.
areas, it means the opposite.
Short for Francis. Well, I think Francis can be a boy or a girl's name, which is why
Yeah.
probably they would call the girls Fanny for short.
Yes, Saint Francis. No.
Right, Kelly. So Fanny means
Fuck.
butt in US, but in UK it's the
Not all of
kitty.
you. Not all of UK, just in some areas. Some parts of UK is still, I think Fanny's Fanny, but
Dupa. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's really rude because in Australia it is the same as England. Oh, so you guys call it the kitty too, the fanny. You're too masculine to be a fanny. That's right.
There you go.
It's for your yes, that's what we were saying, the kitty. Here we call that the kitty, your kitty cat. Sausage sandwich with tomato sauce, ketchup, square sausage, not link. Breakfast
That,
patties, US call them. Yes. Ours is not square though, they're
yeah,
round. We make them round now because they should fit on the damn bun. We don't want any excess. That's another thing we call the butt, the buns. Look at the
that
buns, because there's two of them.
nice buns, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah?
Oh, we used to say when we were talking about that, we were pretty straightforward. We'd say, that girl's got entirely far too many brains to have an ass like that.
Oh boy. Mm.
Who knows? You know, when we were younger, that's what we said. Then it changed to a whole bunch of other shit that I
I
couldn't keep
never
up.
thought of that. Breakfast rolls. The buns, you mean? Mm.
Yeah,
Oh, rolls or
no,
breakfast rolls is what
far
you
too
call
many
buns.
brains to have an ass like
Yeah.
that.
Yep, but that's why so they don't make the square sausage anymore. I haven't seen them in forever. They're all round sausage patties. But I don't buy them anymore either because of course I don't eat meat. So, and I stopped. My son is so mad at me. My son went to his father's for do I really have the echo again?
I don't hear
I don't know. Um, do other people hear the echo? I'm just wondering. I
it.
heard it like a few.
I turn the volume down, see if that makes a difference.
Okay. Um, so every now and again. Okay. Yeah, I think so because if I talk too loud, it goes into Danny's speaker and comes back out at you guys. So it
Yeah.
does happen once in a blue moon. I apologize. Um, I'll try to speak lower. So anyway, um, every now and
That's
again, right?
yeah, that's kind of like, when you eat too many bananas, it goes in one and it comes out the other.
Yes.
When you speak too loud, it comes out your and it goes into my mic and then comes out again. So
Yeah.
it's like eating
But
bananas.
it's like eating bananas. I was saying that my son is so mad at me because I refuse to cook meat. I refuse to cook it. But I would buy it like already cooked at the store, like a cooked chicken or something. But I haven't really been even doing that. The only thing I really bought him meat wise have been like, he'll ask me, can I have some ham or, turkey or something like breast put on a sandwich. So I'll get that. I'll get the. But so he went to his father's and he weighed himself and he's so mad at me. He's like, "You know how much weight I lost from not eating meat?" And I'm like, "I wish that would happen for me." He's like, "I need meat." And I'm like, "So tell your father to buy you some and cook it for you because I'm not cooking any meat." But he was so mad at me.
I don't know anything about that except that I know that chicken breasts don't have nipples because they would rip the cellophane when the grocer puts them in the. That's why chicken breasts don't have nipples because of the cellophane that goes over the packaging.
Yeah, because you don't want to put them in the freezer and have a problem.
We might have a problem then. So, you know,
Mm-mm. Only Danny would think of that.
well, actually, it'd be good in the wintertime though, because when you go, say you had to walk to the supermarket or to the shop, right? So you buy
Mm.
some chicken, and then you could stay in the shop and you put the chicken on the windowsill outside the shop. And you come back inside and you look, and then if it's one Smarties, two Smarties, or three Smarties, then you know how to dress to go outside so you don't get too cold.
There you go.
So, I got helpful tips for everybody that needs tips. I got good helpful tips, and stuff.
There you go.
So you can never say that I don't come up with some good tips.
I'm over here typing in the chat and I could be talking.
Now, why are you typing when you can chit chat?
Uh, I was just saying to Diane because she's like, "Oh, make the boy a burger," and I'm like, "No, like I don't want him to eat the spirit animals. Like, what if he has a cow as a spirit animal, and then you're eating the cow in front of the cow? It's like weird. Mm-mm, I won't do it. Even like the other day, I was like, I kind of a little in the mood for fish, you know. I haven't had fish in no forever, you know. And like sometimes people don't count fish as meat, but it is because it has a little body. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, should I have tuna? And then I'm like, no, you can't do that. Do you have any fish spirit animals here? Like, I'm like,
Can't
no,
argue with
never
logic like
mind.
that, eh?
I said, I'm gonna have plantains. So I had some plantains.
Can't argue with logic like that, people. You heard it here first, okay? Fish, fish are animals because they have a body, okay? You heard it here first, okay? In case you didn't know, right? Fish is meat because it has a body, okay?
Because it has
Yeah,
a body. It has a
it has a
head.
body. It has a damn body, okay? It has a damn body, not in the trunk. It has a body, and so it's meat. So there we go. Yeah.
Drew, I already told someone else about that. Stop saying that because you're gonna have me starve to death and I'm gonna be a spirit and then I'm gonna be hunting your ass, Drew. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, if
You
you were a
know?
bear, you'd be catching fish and eating fish. So
If I was a bear, but I'm
if it
not.
was if it was a bear.
It has a body. I meant to say it
So
has a head with eyes, like it thinks, but you're overthinking. Anyway,
anyway,
no,
so that's it.
I don't eat painting piggies. Nothing that can paint. I
But
asked sausage if I could eat it, and it said yes. Oh God, you're bad. I don't eat no painting piggies. I tell everybody the pork I will never eat because after I saw those pigs painting, no, I can't do it. They're little cute little
well, you
artists.
need what you need to do is you need to thank me more often. That's what you need to do. Because I protect you, and you don't even realize. I
Hi,
eat the
Misty.
things. Hey, I eat the things that shit on your food. Okay, so
Mm,
I'm always looking out for you because I gotta eat the stuff that shits on your food. I don't want shit on your food. So I'm
thank
trying to be
you so
helpful
much.
here. You know,
Hmm.
I'm trying to be helpful here. So
Mystical.
talk about being helpful, huh?
Isn't Danny so helpful? I mean, you can't get more helpful than Danny.
No. So, you know,
No. No, but just imagine. Like imagine, I think I know most of my spirit animals, but who knows, you know? So imagine I'm gonna, I just imagine I have a cute little, because I feed them whatever I eat. So imagine I
yeah,
have a cute little painting piggy here, and I go and I make pork and I give
yeah.
him. No, no, it's weird. No, I'm not doing that.
Pigs don't care. They eat anything. They don't care what it is,
No,
you know, except for
it's
shoes. They
rude.
won't eat shoes, but they'll eat everything else. Pigs don't care. They're carnivores. They eat everything.
Their poor
They
plan
eat
is
other
lose
pig,
the family too.
you know.
Listen to me. You stop it. Every time my flowers die off, I tell them thank you. Oh Lord. I even asked if it was okay for Sparkles to have a piece, and it was fine with that too. But the bread said no chance.
See, there you go. Fred said, piss off, right? I used to be a flower.
Thank you. We got tired of eating plant. Rachel. I used to be
Well,
a
the good
veggie.
news is if we ever have a food shortage, I've got plenty of grass in the yard, so you'll always have a meal.
I'll
Um,
always, yeah, because you
you
can
know,
grow lettuce grows really fast, and we'll always have salad.
there's all kinds of grass. It's the same shit. There's green shit that comes up from the ground. The lawn's always manicured, so you'll have good food. And
Mm-hmm.
while you're doing that, I'm going to grab me a nice greasy burger from the Silver Spoon Cafe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you and Jonathan could go down to the cafe. Oh,
Yeah,
nice, Misty. Oh, I'm sure it was
yeah.
beautiful.
And not only that, it'll save me from having to get the damn lawnmower out. So
That's true story.
it works both ways, eh?
Mm-hmm. I don't beat fish. Well, good, Siri. So you eat fish now, but not meat. Okay.
You don't beat up fish, that's good. You shouldn't beat on fish. I don't eat it either. I don't like fish.
Eat the dandelion leaves. Oh, are those healthy for you?
Yeah, make tea and stuff. Kind of bitter, but
Oh, that I
hey,
believe, Sherry. That I believe that you can talk to them yeah, I don't talk to them.
what the hell are you on about now?
Which Sherry wrote. I don't talk to like the lettuce and stuff like that. Although when the pumpkins were growing, I was so excited and I did kiss them, the leaves, but and I was gonna eat the pumpkins. Oh no, I can't even eat vegetables now. What will I eat? Candy. I'm just gonna eat candy. Now you guys got me going crazy. Yeah, I make salad with them. You have to get the younger leaves. Ooh, sounds good.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone.
You're leaving that alone. Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm not touching that one. No how.
Leave it alone.
I just let that one go, and yeah, no.
Rachel. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like I told Danny, poor Danny. I told him, "No, Danny, you can't eat the pork. Look at the pigs they paint." I'm trying to show him videos, right? He's like, I don't care." And then I was like,
I
"No,
don't
no."
care.
He's like, you're gonna have me starve, because he barely eats vegetables. So I'm like, hey, no, you could eat chicken." And he's like, why can I eat chicken and not eat, the painting piggies? I'm like, well, first of all, because they paint. Second of all, chickens don't have too much of a brain. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, because like that, they cut off a chicken's head. This one chicken lived for 18 months. His name was Mike the chicken. The farmer was going to eat it, cut off his head, and the chicken lived. So for 18 months, anything that can live without a brain for 18 months, no, you could eat it. I think so. So I told him you could only eat chicken and nothing else.
Oh, you see what I'm saying, people?
You fade
You
away to
see?
nothing. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Ooh, nettles. I'm about to pee in myself.
Ah.
Yes. It's true story.
Doesn't matter if it's a true story. You could have issues on issues that have issues. I mean, what the hell? You can talk yourself into not eating a damn thing. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I was just trying to talk you out of eating painting piggies. I didn't really care
I
what
don't
else.
eat the painted piggies. Okay, the piggies that paint, I leave them alone. The ones that wallow in the mud and sleep in shit and snort and grunt and can't find their asshole from breakfast. Those are the ones that eat.
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay.
doing a I'm doing a public service for the pig population, okay? The ones
Mm.
that can paint, I don't eat them, okay? In fact, if I go to buy some pork chop, I say to the butcher, could this pig paint before you butcher them up? If he says yeah, I still buy it anyway because he's dead. What's difference it gonna make? But
Oh.
the point is, hey, if he wasn't painting, that'd be it, you know.
Hmm.
See, I don't got time for all these stories about food, you know. That's like I went to a restaurant, okay? Now I gotta hear about the damn, every time I have a pork chop, guys, I gotta listen to the story about the damn ported painting
The
pigs.
porn painting piggies? Listen, if they're
You
painting
know,
porn,
I
you
don't
better
care
not
what they're
eat them.
doing,
We're
right?
gonna make $1 million.
Anyway, she got these pigs that apparently are painting pigs, porn pigs. I don't know what they're called. Anyway,
There's no porn involved in this.
whatever. That's not the point. Okay, so the point is, if I'm gonna have a pork chop, I gotta listen to this horse shit about pigs that paint. I don't care. Okay, it's like I went to the restaurant, right? So I'm in the restaurant and I'm looking at the menu, right? Grain fed wild rice. Huh? Wait. Free range chicken. I don't give a shit about its history. I don't care if it wore a leather jacket and rode a motorcycle. I'm going to eat the damn thing. Why are you telling me the history of my food? Who cares? Hey, free range grain red. I don't care. It's a piece of chicken. That's a piece of bacon. That's it.
You need to know your plans as some fight back. Oh, yeah, Misty. Why I get them from the supermarket usually when they're already, stopped fighting and they're in the little packages suffocated.
Oh, don't eat that piggy. He paints cartoon porn. What? 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 Who cares? You know?
I don't know, Sherry. That must be on his mind. I don't know which one, the pigs, the porn, or the painting.
I don't know what you're laughing about because I can't see the statement.
She said, Pops, what you thinking? How did painting Biggs turn into porn. She meant pigs, but
You're saying painting and you're saying pigs and it's a P word and it just slid in there. I don't
yeah.
know why. Painting pig porn. I don't know.
Like
Same
I said,
reason,
one of those three things
uh,
are on his mind, or all of them.
you know, I have no idea. It's the three P's,
The three
painted
P's.
pig porn. Pinocchio. I don't know. The three P's. That's what it is. Painted pig porn. That's it.
Yes. Because P's should come in threes. Oh, yes. That's right. Kerry, that's why I stopped eating them. Piggy board pictures. Can we look that up? They're gonna show us Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. I know it. I could just imagine the pictures on those.
All, all the meat I buy is farm fresh meat. That's it. I don't buy, if it's not farm fresh, I don't buy it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try that Misty said. I'm gonna look it up too, Mary. No wonder it lived so long with no head. No, this was before all that stuff. Like they didn't use as much of it because this was in the 40s. You can look it up. It's a true story, I swear. Look up. No, you can read the story on Google, Kerry. The the
I can't see the chat. It's
Mike the
getting behind.
chicken.
Getting too far
Um.
behind. I don't know what anyone's saying.
Oh, I can read it. She was saying, no wonder the chicken lived so long with all the pesticides and all this stuff. But I said, no, that was in the 40s. They probably didn't have as much stuff. Miss Piggy with her rolls out. Oh my God, I could see it now. I think we need to talk through the piggy mags away. You think you need to throw those piggy mags away, Danny? Get rid of all those piggy porns you got. Frog legs are good like chicken. Oh no, cute little frogs, Diane. Why? Frog legs taste like chicken. Oh no. Big letters so Uncle Danny could see. Yeah. I remember reading about it, I think. Oh yeah, the chicken, yes. I have heard that story too. Yes, Evie.
I
Now
gotta get
Danny,
another drink.
okay. I'm gonna look it up, guys. Give me a second. Um, piggy porn. Let me. They're gonna laugh. They're gonna think I typed it wrong, maybe. I'm obviously not the only one who thought about this, but yeah, they just block it because you're not allowed to see no piggy porn on Google. Ah! Oh my God. We better put animal, pig animal. I don't
You
know.
don't have to worry about me. I don't watch piggy porn or anything like that. It just, I get
Nice.
excited and the words just flap out there.
Yeah, I'm just bothering you. Anyway, we can't see that. Google doesn't let us. Misty, be back later. Okay, we'll be here probably. Oh my God, don't type that. It's prison for you in the UK. Seriously. No. It's like food porn. Food porn is like pictures of food. You would think it would be pictures of piggies, is what I really thought. But I don't know. It's something more sinister that all all of it was blocked. The blur was on, so I don't know. My science teacher last name is Feeney, and he had Feeney's frog fry every Friday in school. Oh no. PMSL. Gary. Put the phone away. Hi, Scott. He only has to say I. Hi. Then we start Spirit Box, guys. You're more than welcome to go watch the full live stream. It's about an hour in when we start the Spirit Box. After Danny stepped down, our friend Boomer came up, and Boomer and I were on. So this is an 8-hour live stream, but I figured I'd take the funny parts because the conversation was hysterical. And for anybody who doesn't watch back the live streams, I figured you guys would enjoy this if you missed it. So thank you so much for Boomer for coming up and then helping me get my hours in order to get half monetization. So thank you to Boomer. Thank you to Danny for joining me every Saturday for fun and excitement. And thank you guys for always coming and watching us. Much love to you all, and we'll see you on the next adventure.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.